just with a there I go. I've gone round. Good morning. Today we are off to the track in this wonderful Camaro ZL1 1LE, a 650 horsepower monster. It also has 650 torques as well, so it's easy to remember. It's a 6.2 litre V8 supercharged engine, normally which resides in the Corvette. And in this thing, it is spectacular. It's very thirsty though. I've had to fill up yesterday just driving around, and I have a terrible feeling I'm gonna have to fill up before I get to the track today, but we will see. As a road car, this particular example is dreadful. Its suspension is rock hard. The seats have been taken out and been replaced by very form-fitting racing buckets. There are 6-point harnesses, and there's a half cage in the back as well. And I've got it set in touring mode at the moment, which to my mind should be the softest. What else do we have? We have sport, track, and snow or ice. And we're not going to have snow or ice here because it's going to be yet another 100-degree day in the Phoenix area. So now I put it back in tour. I am very pleasantly surprised by this car. It's beautifully finished inside. It's got all the mod cons, touch screen. I noticed there's a wireless charger in the back. Excellent stereo. It's a shame it's just got such terrible visibility out of the car. And part of that is because I'm sitting so low down. But part of it is just because the windows, side windows in particular, are just tiny. The rear window is a slit, and then there's a bloody great spoiler stuck on the back of the car, which further hampers visibility, so you can't see anything out the back. You have to use the side mirrors, but because you're sitting low, I find the side mirrors get in the way when you go around corners. You can't actually see cars that are sitting at a junction, for example, because the side mirrors get in the way and the A-pillars are very thick. 3/4 view, particularly with a half cage in, non-existent. And this seat, I've tried moving it, I can't move it, and it's got a runner on it. It's set up for somebody way taller than me, so I'm driving this with my arms pretty much outstretched. I could probably pull the wheel a little bit towards me, but I can barely get the clutch down. So all that to say is, you can see how bumpy this is. All that to say is, this is not a perfect road car. This example, I do know, I've seen this car on track, and I'm going to drive it on track today. It is absolutely spectacular on track, very, very quick, and it handles really well, which seeing it drive on track really surprised me. And this one, as I mentioned, is the 1LE. The 1LE is the track package. I'm not sure exactly what it includes, but it's got adjustable shocks. I'm not sure if all the aero, because there's a wing on the back and there's canard on the front and a splitter on the front, and there's also a diffuser on the back. I'm assuming all that's part of the 1LE package. The rear seat's been taken out of this car to put the half cage in. All the insulation's been taken out between the rear and the trunk, so you get a lot of road noise and you can hear the diff. I would imagine this is a 1-hour drive, just about. I imagine I'm going to be ready to get out of this car when I get there. At least it's got good air conditioning, so I'll be nice and cool. But this is not a car I would want to drive every day. And Lucas, the owner, actually drove this car back from Circuit of the Americas back to Phoenix. So he is a better man than I man than I didn't realise he must have much longer legs than me. I didn't realise that there was that much difference in our stature. So thank you for Lucas for letting us have this car. We're using it as the pace car for a charity track event we're doing this weekend, and we will be drifting it sideways while being chased by a police cruiser with actual policemen with guns in it. Right, so here we are. This car is in its natural habitat. We're at the track, not wearing a helmet, so we have to be reasonably sensible. I've got it set to track. Stability control off, traction control off. I'm gonna go scare myself. I don't think anybody else is out on track. So this car is thoroughly miserable to drive in traffic. But I mean, this it slides about all over the place. It's actually got very good tyres on. Let's just get used to this car a little bit. You can hear it makes a great noise. I think really you just got to kind of get used to it and ease onto the power. Now we're using this as a drift car tomorrow, but it's got new tyres on it and a fair amount of grip. So we got to wear these tyres out a little bit today. I just want to do a lap or so just to see what. Oh, there you go. I think Kai still had the. I think he still had the stability control partially on when he was out, because he said he felt the brakes grabbing. There you go. No worries, man. And we'll take it a little easy through here. I just don't know how much grip this car has. But I mean, it's got more power than you ever need. I'm not sure which gears that this car needs. I mean, it's got so much torque. It doesn't really matter what gear you're in. There you go. Oh, 120 miles an hour without really trying. So we're going through into the bus stop. We'll try and stay off the curbs because I don't want to bugger up the suspension today. So this is probably, we can probably do, this is a very tight hairpin, we could probably do this in third. And still slide it, yes! So that was a very slow corner in third gear, and we could get the rear end out. This one in third. Normally I'd be down into second. Oh, a little bit of understeer. Let's counter that with the throttle. I lost it there. This car does actually have a tendency to understeer. Let's go back into second on this one this time. But you can just with a. There I go. I've gone round. Try and keep the dirt off the track. They get upset if you do that. Right, so I think that's a third gear corner. We're in third. Let's leave it in third here for this throttle very easily like that. So you're really doing most of the driving with your right foot. I just hope you can hear this. Okay, we're in third this time, and we'll just bring it out. Oh, got my hands crossed up there. That was not the world's best drift through there. Nearly broke my thumb. Now 6, the trouble is it's a really fast corner, so you've got to be careful around here. Let's go down to second gear. Not too bad. I'm going to try this one in third this time and try not to spin it. Yes, managed it in third. So that's, I think that's the way to go. Second is just, it's just overpowering the rear wheels, even with this new rubber on it. Third is just about right. Here we are. Yeah, this is a very driftable car, but at the same time, it's, if you drive it sensibly, it's a very fast car. Tons of grip, so much torque that you can just pull it out of the corners. Even if you don't get the corner quite right, it's not going to compromise your whole lap. As soon as you can get those tires to grab, you can just pull out of the corner, even if you haven't maintained your speed through there. I must say, it is a little, I just find it a little confusing, because there are these paddles on the back of the wheel. You're expecting to change gear with those, but this is a 6-speed manual. The only thing that paddle does is toggle the rev matching on downshift. It toggles that on and off, so you have to remember that you can't change gear with the paddles, which actually fall to your fingers really, really well. That was fun. That was way too much fun. I think I'm going to go do that again in a bit, unless I get told off. If you want to drive it sensibly, it's got a ton of grip, but if you want to drive it like a hooligan, it's great as well. So here I was actually doing this in third. But you're obviously better at this than I am. That's that. Hope you enjoy these videos. If you do, give us a thumbs up, leave us your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you later.